that is pertinent to our lives as Ugandans and, of course, as a community. We are powered by Muteera Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. For reservations, you can call the number on your screen. Today, I am privileged or glad to host once again Afande Muteera Asiimwe, and I want to give him, because of time, I want to give him the opportunity to do the introductions as he says hi to us.
Good morning, our dear viewers. Once again, I am privileged to be here, especially on the aspect of security. Like she has introduced me, I am Assistant Superintendent of Police, Simon Muteera, the Division Community Liaison Officer Kawempe. And I am happy that we are talking about one of the most important events on the Ugandan calendar. That is the Uganda Martyrs, where all of us are engaged, where all of us are putting our heads together to ensure that we have a smooth and favorable environment for our people to celebrate such an important day. Yeah.
Has already resumed. It had a program that was running for about a week or so. In there we had Father's Day, Mother's Day, conferences, youth and children's day.
Yes.
And you want to say something about that?
No.
Okay. And my question now would be to the main day, which is Monday.
Yes.
Any preparations from the side of police? And we can start with safety-wise. We have had some minor cases of theft, of people misplacing their things, and of actually people trying to disorganize security on such a day in Namgongo. And from the police side, can you give us an overview?
On an event that you have thousands of gatherings, especially from the various walks of lives, such minor incidences, you can't go away with them. So what does that one imply? It implies that where you have two or more people gathered, but this time they are now in thousands, of course, such small occurrences will always happen. So in that aspect, our preparations have been going on. The program you have is only for the Anglican Shrine, but even we have also on the Catholic Shrine, but it should also be remembered that we had also the Mnyonyo Shrine. So preparations started long time ago. We are now at the apex.
Issues at hand, powered by
Muteera Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
So, on that aspect, a number of things have been going on, and we have been engaging all our stakeholders. We have a number of security agencies geared together to ensure that we have a smooth event.
Okay.
I don't know when you last went there. But it should be remembered that from the week, since the week started, our deployments have been going on. Our teams are on ground, not only at the shrines, but also from the various points where these programs have been originating and passing. And it has been like a transition. This district hands over to the other like that until our pilgrims reach their destinations.
Okay.
So far, we haven't registered any incidences, especially on the way. You know, most times we have incidences of accidents on the way, but this time the drivers have been cautioned, and we haven't registered any incident as of now.
Okay.
Maybe if it happened and we are yet to know it. But also, the numbers each day have been increasing, and we expect that by Sunday night, all shrines will be full to capacity. But of course, we have the Kamparanians, those who are within the Kampala metropolitan area. For them, they come on the 3rd. They come for prayers and go. But those who are trekking, most of them, by Sunday night, will have arrived at the shrines. And this exercise, of course, it has some disruptions within the normal routine of the Kampala metropolitan people, especially the motorists. There will be diversions. I think they took effect yesterday night, especially those routes to and from the shrines, the Charwajara area, the Narias, that area. Diversions have been effected,
Okay.
and we expect our people to comply, because this is a once in a year exercise or event or gathering. So life will just be disorganized for a short while, but thereafter, I think by Tuesday, Wednesday, life in the central business and the Kampala metropolitan area will have normalized.
Okay.
But we also caution the pilgrims or all those intending to visit the shrines for that purpose, but also be careful, be cautious, especially on how they move, but also to take charge of their properties. You know, people have that laxity. They take things for granted. You know, sometimes people lose their properties, not because maybe the criminals were smarter, but also because the owners of the properties had that kind of laxity. For instances, cases related to pet thefts, especially within the shrines. People just leave the properties unattended to, or even some are called that, can you please assist me with your phone? So somebody whom you don't know, then you entrust them with your phone, you entrust them with your luggage.
Because we are in a Christian setting.
Not everybody who goes to Namugongo goes there for Christian purposes. We have very many. There are some who go there for businesses. There are some who go there for tourism. Others go there for godly. Maybe it is a time God to answer their prayers or to present their requests to God. Others go there for various interests. For example, most of us, the security people, we go there to secure Ugandans. Not that we go there to pray, but to secure Ugandans. So,
Okay.
the whole population in Namugongo is not necessarily for purposes of prayer. No. We have very many interests as to why we go to Namugongo. So, therefore, people should not assume that because people are within the shrine, maybe they are in the church, that they are all holy. It is not true. You have seen instances where people are at a function, maybe a celebration function or a morning function, and people are pickpocketing.
Yeah.
people are grieving, they are crying, somebody is pickpocketing or is stealing something. So that means that where you have a gathering of many people, you know there are different interests as to why such people have gathered. Others want to make comparisons. The other Namugongo of last year has this one matched its standards? Have the people increased? So that means that as you plan to go to Namugongo, you know that not everyone who is there has the same purpose or plan like you have. It therefore calls for your consciousness at all times. It doesn't matter when they say that let's pray. For you can pray even when your eyes are open.
Yeah, true.
So, not everybody who is next to you has the goodwill or the good intentions as to why they are in that place. So, we caution the general public to be conscious. Even some of the pilgrims, some of them, even when they have left home for purposes of prayer, somehow, somewhere they get distracted, either within the shrines or along the way, and they lose track. And you know, you media, you are the ones who normally show us what is transpiring. I think soon we are yet to start seeing what is happening within and outside the shrine. I happened to work last night there, but the activities outside the shrines were more vibrant than even within the shrines. So people are enjoying it. Trans-night. So, but in the whole aspect of the event, we expect it to be peaceful. That is the most important, so that we create a reason as to why people should continue coming. You know, when people have a bad impression of the event, it has an impact on their future thoughts about the same. So we want to create an enabling environment for our pilgrims, wherever they come from. You know, this is one of the most celebrated events entirely. We have visitors from Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, most of the East African countries, even in the world. People come to celebrate this day with us, and we don't take it for granted. So, as security, we are doing all it takes to ensure that that exercise, or that event, or that gathering is successful.
Okay, thank you very much. In there you mentioned business, and because of time, I would like to break at 30. But before that, I would like to get your mind on the economics and business side, since you were there in Namugongo. Do you think that such days have capacity to kind of shift the economy in a better way, increase the returnings for, first of all, the business people, but also the provision of services? Is it standard as a person who was on ground?
I don't want to speculate on terms of the business calculations, but from my layman's understanding, where you have a gathering of millions of people, I don't think businesses will remain the same. In fact, I saw a number of business community. They have positioned themselves to make sales. Of course, not all will be happy, but at least the majority will be happy, because these people consume. So whoever is dealing in consumables must make sales, both in and outside the shrines. So that one, even a layman can understand that. Yeah. That where you have millions of people gathered in one place, they must eat, they must drink, they must sleep. Not everybody is sleeping on the veranda or on the floor of the shrines. So lodges are operating, hotels are operating, those selling consumables, they are operating. So I expect people are doing somewhat. Of course, the demand may not match the supply, because each other day the suppliers increase, and they might not increase as to the demand. But I expect people are making some money, though as of yesterday, because much of my time I was at the Anglican shrine.
Okay.
Business was relatively low, because the numbers were still less. But I think as we move closer to third, so today, then Saturday, Sunday, maybe businesses should be at their peak.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Asiimwe Muteera Afande, and of course, ASP Division Community Liaison Officer, Kawempe Division. We are going to take a very short break and return with more about Martyrs Day. I hope that you out there are prepared to come celebrate in Namgongo. And of course, if you are making your way there, remember there are some traffic alterations, and so you have to abide by the set rules that have been provided by, of course, the police forces. In the news yesterday, we had a number of stories about this particular thing that I'm talking about, and later today in the news, we are going to have other reports as well depicting exactly what's going on in Namgongo. And being the official broadcasters, you can watch the whole event live on Monday from morning to evening. We shall be bringing you different angles of what is taking place in Namgongo. For now, it is time to take a very short break. We are powered by Muteera Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. We shall be back.
Issues at hand, powered by
Muteera Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
This is Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives. Issues at hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
You are welcome back to Issues at Hand. This morning, it is always a great pleasure to have you here on Church of Uganda Family TV and as well as Issues at Hand particularly. Now, remember, this show is live on YouTube. That is at COU Family TV. That's YouTube. You can go and like, comment, and share your thoughts about exactly what we are discussing. If you have any questions, this would be the right time to send them in, so the Afande can deal with them, and you can come to Namugongo peacefully. We also have other social media platforms that you can check us out on. We have Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and each and everywhere you want. We are also located at Church House, 13th floor, in case you want to pay us a visit. So we get into the discussion that we have ongoing. We're powered by Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe, and you can call those numbers for reservations. Very, very perfect services. We are discussing Martyrs Day, security-wise, and of course we know that the Uganda Police Force has always ensured peace and security in Namugongo for as far as I can remember. My first live as a journalist, I was even still an intern. Long time ago, it was in Namugongo on Martyrs Day on 3rd. And I can assure you, the live I did, I informed people about security. So you can imagine how long that was.
When you say that long time ago, it's as if it is like 30 years back. Huh? Long time ago. It should be a few years ago.
Okay, a few years ago. Thank you so much for the correction. I'm not that old. I'm not even old.
Of course, I was also wondering when you say long time ago, as if in the 90s.
No, actually, no. Not in the 90s. A few years back. Thank you so much. Well, next time when I'm giving that story, I would say I'll use that a few years ago. So as you can see on your screen, those are some of the pictures of the current situation in Namugongo. You can see the numbers are too many, as in it is always sometimes I think to myself, what if the President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, decides to come? Will he get where to pass?
His Excellency, even if they are in millions of people, he can't fail to get where to pass. Of course, even when Namugongo is full to capacity, both at the Anglican and the Catholic shrines, there will always be access routes. So even when it is full, there are sometimes, I think, which year was that? It got full and the people were blocked from entering.
What?
Yes, because in fact that was at the Catholic shrine. And because once you do not judge or assess the capacity of the venue, you will cause stampede and suffocation, and people will lose lives. So, whenever security assesses that no, according to what the available space within can no longer accommodate people, others will remain outside.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why always people try to come in early enough so that they can secure their places.
Okay.
But the guests, not even the president alone, but all invited guests will always have access routes and where to sit. So that is the importance of planning. So the organizers of the events always have to put into considerations, one, the access routes, that is entry and exit routes, but also space for their invited guests. You know, most of us pilgrims, we are not invited guests, we invite ourselves. But there are those who are specifically invited to be part of the celebrations.
Okay.
So those ones are always catered for. Their seats are even always reserved. There are always those pavilions which have clearly been identified and marked for the invited guests.
Okay.
Yeah, but once the space is not enough, people will remain outside. But the good thing, we have public address system. They will follow the service and the masses outside the main venue.
Okay.
But they will have attended. The most important is, have you stepped at Namugongo? Whether you remain at the gate, whether you enter, it is that you were part of Namugongo. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. My next question would be, if somebody from the crowds came to the police officers or forces and reported a case, maybe they've been assaulted or something of theirs has been stolen, a property has been stolen.
Yes.
I'm imagining there are thousands of people, so we can't even know who did it. And this is where it gets challenging, I think, for the forces, because now where do you start from in such a case? On top of cautioning, which will come later, the public on how to act, how do you handle some of these cases, petty cases that come in such a time as Namugongo?
You know, it is not automatic that once a crime has been committed, the culprit should be apprehended there and then. So you can commit an offense today and you are apprehended 5 years from today. So it is not all about there and then, but it is all about the facts or the evidence available to implicate you. So yes, it is true, because the numbers are too many, you cannot tell. But we have had success stories, even not only in Namugongo, even within our normal way of life. A crime happens and you can't tell who has committed it.
Yeah.
But with time,
the truth reveals itself.
Investigations always have those breakthroughs, and the criminals are apprehended.
Okay.
So we have always that challenge of the many numbers. It could be hard to identify who are the perpetrators, but with time, because some of them are habitual. They steal a phone today, the following day they steal a phone, on the third day they are netted. That becomes a success story. So, but we have moving stations or posts. We have desks there. We have the general counter desk, where all incidences are all cases are reported. We have a desk for family, child and family, where we cater for missing children, parents who cannot trace for their children, and children who cannot trace for their parents. On that desk, we even provide meals to those children. Yes.
How old must the child be?
A child in Uganda is somebody who is below the age of 18.
So a 16-year-old can walk there and provide food?
Yes, as long as they are a child.
But
and
did
they
you
are
know that I'm 16 years?
It is possible. You know, the age of women changes depending on the circumstances. But we always put into consideration, even there are those, it goes even up to after the exercise, or the event or the celebrations, and they cannot locate their parents. So we have to, and sometimes the media helps us to publicize so that the lost and found children can locate their parents. Even there are old people who get lost. You came in a group, maybe from your parish or village. But because the numbers keep on increasing, so if people fail to locate where their people are, and we have to hold them there and make some announcements so that they can locate their people. But we advise parents, those ones who have young children, especially those below the age of 10, to mark their children either on a hand or in the neck with their telephone contacts. That once this child gets lost, any well-wisher can call that telephone number of the caretaker or the parent for easily identification. So that's what we normally do.
Okay.
But also lost and found property. Some properties are not stolen but misplaced. Somebody cannot clearly tell where they have left their properties. So we always gather all such properties and we announce. So people come to report, maybe I lost my things. Then we say, can you please check in this? Do you know how your property looks like? That yes. Check. Can you identify that? Yeah, this is the... And they sign off for their properties.
Okay.
So those desks are there to help us. And there are a number of services offered. In fact, there it is a self-contained event. Medical services are there. Of high standard, people who collapse, maybe because of suffocation. There are people who are not used to such big gatherings. So they reach there is always that competition for fresh air. So some people break out, especially at the end of the exercise when people are fighting to fetch water, that holy water. Have you ever taken that water?
Of course.
Yesterday I was somewhere and somebody was saying that has police taken time to test whether that water is suitable for human consumption? But that water, people have taken it even before I was born. I have never had any report.
Any report whatsoever.
That somebody has developed illnesses because of taking that water. I don't know whether people take it
No, people
unboiled
take it.
or they boil it.
And as one of the clergy was saying yesterday, it is about faith. If you take it normally, you'll be like you've drunk no more water. But you have to attach faith to it so that it can do what you want for you. It can heal your diseases, it can do all these miracles according to your faith.
Yesterday I was interacting with one of the service providers that why don't you use this holy water to prepare tea? Maybe it can attract customers. Why do you need to buy this national water when you have holy water? People are trekking from all parts of the world to come and fetch this water. For you are not using it. So, on a larger scale, we have solution to most of the seen and the unforeseen eventualities for that event. Okay. So all our teams, security agencies, all the NGOs, they are there to make sure they support the smooth running of the event. And I think that's why numbers have been increasing each year, because stakeholders have created an enabling environment. Enabling environment. The day you don't have an enabling environment at your place of work, you don't have reasons as to why you should keep on working. So the moment people find Namugongo is not favorable for their stay, or to maybe the environment is not suitable for God to hear their prayers, people will be reluctant and numbers will reduce. So each year we strive to make the quality of life, the environment, more favorable for the pilgrims to always have a reason as to why they should come. And at the end of the day, when the event is successfully completed or we all score, not only security agencies, but we score as a country. Because when you have millions of people gathering for a week and you register success stories, I think it attracts the attention of others to always come and see, how does this happen?
Yeah.
You don't have stampedes. People, at the end of the exercise, you have not had people who have lost lives. At the end of the day, everyone has returned back to their destinations. So I think it creates an impression that even those who have never thought of it plan to maybe the following year to come and witness. So most people who also come, they come to witness. How can this happen? Can 1 million plus people be in one place and there is nothing and people don't get to lost? Or maybe there is no commotion, there is no what? And life is moving on normally. People move from morning to morning. Morning to morning. Even you may not realize that this is night.
I know. What one can imagine what goes on at night, because
I am telling you, I think you should try and visit maybe on Saturday or Sunday, even when numbers are at their peaks. You see how life is easy at Namugongo. So those are the success stories we always want to register when it comes to such events.
okay.
Because they create a good image on our international scene. They attract more people to always come and be part of us. But also, even those who think that they have monopoly on causing any form of disruptions at such events, please be warned. We caution you. We normally say don't try this at home. Don't try this in Namugongo. You can try it elsewhere, but not in Namugongo, because you won't like it. We have all our teams on ground, both on uniform and on casual wear. Even some of them even go there and preach the gospel, but they are security agents. So please, let's love our country. Let's always wish it good. This nation, we found it here and we shall leave it here. That's what people always don't think about.
But they say the world is almost ending.
It is not ending. It is you people who are living in it who will end and others will come. But Uganda is still here. Uganda is still here. Others are exiting and others are entering. So the world is not going to end. I can assure you. Even during the times of Noah, the world did not end. God spared his few people, and it's from them that again people multiplied. So we cannot
this
have.
time round, this is the last.
It is not true. I don't believe in that.
So you better prepare, Afandi.
I prepare as me, but Uganda is here to stay. I can prepare as me that because I was born, a time will reach and I will die. I will not be here. But that does not mean that I will die with everybody. No, that cannot happen.
Okay.
So, our dear viewers and those intending to be part of Namugongo, please, we humbly request you to observe the guidelines, to observe the precautions set in place to have a smooth event. The moment you deviate from what you have been instructed to do, you may not like it. So this event is for all of us. I told you that we are there for different purposes. Only plan to be to visit Namugongo for the positive or for the good cause, not the negative cause. Because your 40 days may expire while you are at Namugongo. You know it is bad to leave home for such a godly event. Let me call it godly.
Yeah.
Then at the end of the event, only to hear that you are in police custody. People may think you are a joker. Please, even when you have a wrong hand, don't try it at Namugongo. But we want to wish you all the best during your stay. As we prepare, I know other activities are running concurrently. The country has not closed because there is Namugongo. Life is moving on normally. In fact, if you reach downtown, you may not think that there are millions of people who are at Namugongo. Life is moving on normally. I think tomorrow we have the opening of Nachivubo, now Hams Stadium. Life will be moving on concurrently, but also our teams will be there. So we have not closed the country because we have Namugongo. Life is moving on normally. Please feel free to do what you are supposed to do as long as it is within the law. But like I told you in the beginning, motorists who are using areas surrounding Namugongo, for you, life will be temporarily disrupted, especially in the movements. And the routes have been made a bit longer because they are diversions. But you can bear with us. People who are at Namugongo, they are our brothers, they are our sisters, they are our parents, they are our friends, they are our neighbors. So really we want them to freely enjoy this godly event. And you know, motorists, sometimes they forget. I know when you have been moving around, even where they say maybe you drive at 30, you will find somebody driving at 80. So we don't want to take chances. We know Ugandans, you are not easy people.
They have their own mind.
Even when we could say that motorists to drive at 10, at 10, somebody will say, why 10? There are no people. So all those routes are to enable that free movement of pilgrims in and outside the shrines. And at the end of the day, we should all count it a success story when the event has been successfully completed.
Okay.
I think we shall have those reports by Tuesday. By Tuesday, when people have all returned in their homes. But some people remain there even for a week. Others don't have maybe transport. Others think they need that quiet time to pray more. And security remains there to ensure that whoever came as a pilgrim must successfully return to their destinations. But I think when numbers reduce, then the territorial police, that is a Chira division, takes charge. Our supporting manpower returns to their mother units to conduct normal business.
Wow. It is a great pleasure always having you here to shine a light on some of these issues. Thank you so much. And as the teams in Namugongo, we wish you all the best as the Uganda Police Force. But also as you, the Ugandan that is planning to make your way to Namugongo to remember the martyrs on 3rd of June, we really, really, really wish you all the best. You will find our teams on ground. Personally, I would be here talking about and discussing the issues that will be there that day. However, you will see our people there wearing the press jackets of Church of Uganda Family TV. Now, from myself and the production crew, it is a good morning. We are powered by Protea Hotel by Martyrs.
Issues at